There is a moment on a birthday most Canadian seniors don't think twice about when a set of quiet rules switches on around your driver's license. You don't get a letter about all of them. Nobody sits you down, but from that day, the license you've held for 50 years is no longer simply yours to keep. You have to earn it back on a schedule with tests, and if you get just one of these 5 things wrong, you can lose it. Not a warning, not a slap on the wrist, gone. And with it goes the thing that matters most, your independence. The freedom to drive to the shops, to your grandkids, to the doctor, without asking anyone for a lift. Today, I'm going to walk you through all 5 of these rules, exactly how they work, and how to stay firmly on the right side of every one of them. And I'll be honest with you now, it's number 4 that catches the most people out because most seniors have no idea it even exists until the day it costs them their license. My name is Dr. Elizabeth Thorne, and for 15 years, I worked inside Canada's retirement, tax and benefit system, the pensions, the rules, the paperwork that quietly governs a senior's life. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not selling you fear. What I do on this channel is take the rules that are written to be missed and lay them out in plain English so you keep what's yours, your money, and in this case, your keys. Now, before I give you the 5, I have to tell you one important thing, and I'd be doing you a disservice if I skipped it. In Canada, driving licenses are run by the provinces, not by Ottawa. So the exact age a rule kicks in and the precise way it's done is a little different in Ontario than it is in British Columbia or Alberta. I'm going to use those provinces as real concrete examples because they show you the shape of what's coming. But wherever you live, your job is the same. Know the rule for your own province because the pattern is identical everywhere and it is tightening as our population ages. Don't assume, check. With that said, let's get into it. And one more thing before the list, because it will save you a lot of worry. If you go looking online, you are going to find a flood of alarming articles about shocking new driving laws for seniors, sweeping national rules, dramatic new age limits, all of it. I want you to be careful with those because a great many of them are exaggerated or simply made up to get clicks. And some are borderline scams designed to frighten you onto a dodgy website. So let me be straight about what's real. The solid, verifiable rules are the provincial ones I'm about to give you. The renewal ages, the tests, the medical duties that genuinely exist in law right now. If you ever read that Canada has brought in one national rule for all seniors overnight, be skeptical and check it against your own province's official government website before you believe a word of it. Everything I'm telling you today, I've checked. Now, the 5. Rule number 1, the day your renewal clock speeds up and your license stops renewing itself. For most of your life, renewing a license is an afterthought, a form, a fee, a new photo every 5 years. But as a senior, that quiet rhythm changes without much fanfare. In Ontario, the moment you turn 80, you are moved onto a 2-year renewal cycle, every 2 years, not 5. And each renewal is a program you have to complete. In British Columbia, from age 80, drivers are called in for a medical fitness examination every 2 years. In Alberta, the medical requirement starts even earlier at 75, then 80, and every 2 years after that. Somewhere between 75 and 80, your license quietly stops being something you simply hold and becomes something you have to actively requalify for. And here's the trap. It is on you to show up. If you don't complete the renewal or the medical on time, your license lapses and you are not allowed to drive. Have that date circled long before it arrives. Rule number 2, and this is the one that puts a knot in people's stomachs, the cognitive test, the clock. In Ontario, when you renew at 80 and over, part of the process is a short cognitive screening, and the centerpiece of it is the clock drawing test. You are given a piece of paper and asked to draw a large circle, fill in the numbers 1 through 12, and draw the hands to show a specific time, like 10 minutes past 11. You get about 5 minutes. There is often a second little exercise, a letter cancellation task, where you cross out every letter H in a jumbled list to check your attention. It is not a driving test or a memory quiz about road signs. It's a screening designed to flag early signs of conditions like dementia. Doing this does not automatically mean a road test. A road test is only requested if your screening or driving record suggests a real reason to look closer. For the vast majority of healthy seniors, you draw your clock, cross your H's, and drive home with your license. Picture George. He's just turned 80. He's driven safely for 60 years, and his renewal letter has arrived. George is dreading it, convinced this is the day a stranger takes his keys. But here's his actual morning. He booked his appointment early, went to his optometrist for an eye report beforehand, and just hands the paper over. He sits through a 45-minute group session learning a couple of new road rules, draws his clock in 5 minutes, and since his record is clean, he drives home with a renewed license for another 2 years. The system is a check, not a trap. In Ontario, these senior renewals now happen right inside over 100 Service Ontario centres, making it far quicker and more convenient than the old set locations. You just have to book it and turn up. Rule number 3, the vision test, the quiet one that stops more seniors than any exam. Every renewal includes a vision screening. Because your eyes change gradually, you often don't notice it. Here's a tip to save you stress. Go see your own optometrist beforehand and get a proper eye report. In Ontario, if you bring a complete vision report signed within the last 6 months, you bypass the screening at the session entirely. Book an eye exam a couple of months before your renewal is due. You'll walk in with the paperwork already done. Fail to meet the vision standard with no plan, and your renewal stops right there. And now, rule number 4, the one that catches the most people because it works silently in the background, the medical reporting rule. Your own doctor can be legally required to report you to the licensing authority if you have a medical condition that affects safe driving. In Ontario, physicians, nurse practitioners, and optometrists must report certain conditions to the Ministry of Transportation. In British Columbia, they must report to Road Safety BC. In Alberta, the obligation runs the other way too. You, the driver, are legally required to self-report any disability that could interfere with driving safely. Routine things like a dizzy spell, heart issues, sleep apnea, or a change in medication can trigger a medical review or suspension before you fully understand what happened. This isn't your doctor betraying you. It's a legal duty. If a report is made, it usually does not mean an instant permanent loss of your license. What normally happens is a medical review where the ministry requests more information, a doctor's form, or a functional assessment with an occupational therapist. Lots of people come through that process and keep driving with sensible conditions, like daytime-only driving or corrective lenses. If you face this, do not panic or drive on a suspended license. Engage with the process, get your doctor on your side, and watch your medications. Some common painkillers, sleep aids, or anxiety medications carry warnings. When starting something new, always ask your pharmacist, will this affect my driving? Rule number 5, the sting on the end, the suspension, the insurance, and the appointment you cannot afford to miss. If your license is suspended for a medical reason or a missed deadline, you are simply not allowed to drive. If you drive while suspended, your insurance policy is void. Drive suspended, and if something happens, you are personally on the hook for everything. That catastrophe starts with something as small as a missed renewal notice. On the brighter side, staying on top of it has an upside. Many insurers offer senior discounts that people forget to ask for. When you renew, call your insurer to get every reduction you're entitled to. And if the day ever comes when driving is no longer safe, it is not the end of your independence. Many provinces offer discounted senior transit passes, and there are volunteer driving programs run by senior centers to take you shopping or to appointments. Handing back the keys when it's time is a sign of the same good judgment that kept you safe for 60 years. Every province and territory has its own version of these rules. In Quebec, for instance, requirements come through the SAAQ. Please spend 10 minutes finding your own province's official government page to turn this knowledge into your exact dates and steps. This week, do these 5 things. First, find out the exact age and renewal cycle for senior drivers in your province. Second, book an eye exam with your optometrist a couple of months ahead. Third, don't fear the cognitive screening. It's just a 5-minute clock. Fourth, ask your doctor plainly if any new diagnosis affects your license. And fifth, ring your insurer the moment you renew to confirm coverage and ask for your senior discount. Keeping track of all this is exactly why I put together the Canadian Seniors Playbook, a plain English guide that lays out the exact steps and numbers to call all in one place. If it would help you, the link is down in the description box whenever you want it. As you move into your mid-70s and beyond, remember that your license becomes something you must actively requalify for, usually every 2 years. Know your province's rules, book early, and call your insurer to keep your keys on your terms. If this was useful, please subscribe. Every week I break down the exact rules and changes affecting Canadian seniors' money and independence in plain English. And please send this video to a senior you care about who is still driving. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Thorne. Keep what's yours, and I'll see you in the next one.